Hello, some of my favorite people. Are we ready to move on with quotient rule part 2? So what's different about this one is there's a couple more variables than there were yesterday. Actually, there wasn't even variables yesterday. Now there are variables and there's more than one. But we're going to treat this the same way. I'm going to get my x terms and I'm going to just subtract them. 5 minus 2. My lit bases, I'll have y. There's that invisible 1. So 1 minus 3. Then I have my z's, which is 3 minus negative 3. Okay, so that's me showing my work. Then we're going to just simplify. We're going to have x. 5 minus 2 is 3. Then I have my y's. 1 minus 3 gives me negative 2. And my z's, I have minus a negative. So that minus a negative turns to a plus. 3 plus 3 gives me 6. And that's my answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I have x's and I have y's. So I'm going to have x negative 3 minus 7. Then I'm going to have y positive 4 minus negative 5. Okay, I have negative 3 minus 7. This is not a positive. This does not change to a positive because it's not a double negative. Okay, so negative 3 minus 7 is going to give me x to the negative 10th. And then this one is a double negative. 4 minus negative 5. So that minus a negative 5 turns to a plus. And I get y. 4 plus 5 gives me 9. Okay. Why don't you take a moment and copy this down. We'll move on to the next one. This time we're going to have examples with coefficients. This is where most of our mistakes are going to happen, just like it did when we were doing the product rule and when we were doing the power rule. Okay, if we have coefficients or numbers in front of those variables, first you're going to divide the coefficients. Then you simplify the variables with the quotient rule. So right here in number 1, I have 6x to the third y, all divided by 3x. Okay, so we're going to divide these coefficients. 6 divided by 3 gives me a whole number 2. Then I simplify the variables with a quotient rule. So I'm going to show my work. I have 3 minus that invisible 1. And then y doesn't have anything on the bottom. So I'm just going to write that 1y. There is no other base with that. Okay, so then I'm going to have 2. And then my new variable, 3 minus 1, is going to give me 2. And I just bring that y along for the ride. So I get 2x to the second times y. Let's look at this one. I'm going to divide my coefficients 3 over 6. So you can see that I flipped it. So 3 over 6 does not become 2. We would simplify this fraction, and we would make 3 over 6 into 1/2. We would just simplify that fraction to 1/2. It stays 1/2. Then we see we have the same exponents there. When I bring that down, I'll have 1/2 x to the second and y.